Hello, guys, and welcome back to another story. It's called The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. Hated Christmas. The whole Christmas season. Now, please, don't ask. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his heart wasn't screwed, or his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes was too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was two sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted window below in the town, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging the mistletoe wreath. And they were hanging the stockings. Yes, no, near tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his grinchy fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming, for tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They rush for the toys, and then Who? Oh, the noise! Oh, the noise! 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 That one thing he hated. The noise! The noise! 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 The Who's, young and old, would sit down to feast, and they feast, and they feast, and they feast, 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 feast. They would feast on the Who pudding and the rare roast beef, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they do something he liked least of all. Every man who will, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They sing and they sing and they sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch who of this who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. While the 53 years I have put up with this now, I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus suit, hat, and coat, and he chuckled and chuckled. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but reindeer are scarce. They're none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply, if, simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on top of his head. Then he loaded some bags, some old empty sacks on the ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the did that did it, and the sleigh started down towards the home where the Who lay a snooze in the town. All the windows were dark, white snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number one. The old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace, flew where the little Who stockings all hung in a row, These stockings, he grinned. The first thing to go. Then he heard and slumped with a smile, much unpleased, around the whole room, and he took every present, pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and the plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took Who's feast. He took the Who's pudding. He took the roast beef. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, Grinch, Grindy the Grinch, I will stuff all. I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove. When he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove, he turned around fast and he saw a small little Cindy-Lou who was not more than two. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who dog, got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up of a line. He thought it up quick. Why? My little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and he got her a drink and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was a log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar on the wall. He left nothing but hurt and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other whose houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the others whose mouses. It was quarter past dawn, all the who's still abed, all the who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled, packed it up with the present and ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, the tinsel, the trimming, the trapping, 3,000 feet up the up the side of Mount Crumpet. He rode his with his load to the tippy top to dump it. Poor, poor to the who's. Here was Grinchishly humming. This finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they do. Their mouth will hang open a little or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry boo hoo. That's a noise, Grinchy, the Grinch, that I simply must hate. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started and low, then started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at the Whoville. The Grinch popped his ear. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. Hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came somehow or other. It came. just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinchy feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzled and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, and or bags, and the puzzle 3 hours till his puzzle was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps mean a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, and who will they say that small heart grew 3 sizes that day? The minute his heart did feel quite too tight, he went with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he himself grinned, killed the beef. The Thank you so much for listening to me, guys. I enjoy reading these books to you. I really do. Thank you so very much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.